All right, in this video, we're going to talk about a concept that I've thought a lot about. It's the concept of the very, very famous saying of fake it till you make it. So we're going to analyze it while walking in circles around my room and also potentially fixing that thing because it kind of looks off, or it is definitely off. But fake it till you make it, it's a concept that I thought a lot about like maybe a few years ago. I was just thinking about how you know, cliches are said a lot these days, or they've always been said a lot. That's why they're cliches. But there's a reason why they're said a lot. It's because there is some truth to the cliches. And I think fake it till you make it is one that I didn't like at first because it sounds kind of like not good. It just sounds like disingenuous, like dishonest, like fake yourself or fake something in order to achieve something. And to me, that always sounds wrong to do. Like to be dishonest in general is, in my opinion, wrong. But when you grow up, when you grow older, you realize that there are definitely certain exceptions, I suppose. Like I think a big thing with fake it till you make it is they talk about it in terms of like work related things. So for instance, if you're applying for a job and they ask for specific skills that you need, um, but maybe you don't know those exact skills, but you have like a rough idea of how to do it, or like related programs and stuff like that. So you're certain that you can probably learn it in like a quick amount of time. So you just apply anyways, even if you don't necessarily have those specific like program knowledge or whatever. And you don't want to like dive into those programs unless you get the job because you don't want to waste your time, right? So what if you like get a different job, for instance, that doesn't require those programs and knowing those programs, but you can learn it quick, so you want to apply for that job anyways. And if you do get it, then you can do your thing and learn those programs essentially. And to me, I don't really see anything. I mean, there's definitely some things wrong with it, but it's not like that bad in my opinion, if as long as you get hired and like you can do the job. And if you can't do the job, then that's the issue. But if you're confident that you can learn whatever it is they want you to, um, before you actually start the job, because you basically promised that you already knew how to do it, then yeah. But of course, if they're asking for an expert in that program and you have no idea how to do it, then you should not fake that. Definitely some nuances there, but so to me, that's like an okay situation where you can fake it till you make it in that sense. But more recently, I've been thinking of fake it till you make it in the sense of like mindset stuff. So these days, I have been flailing around with a lot of challenges and struggling to get back on top of things. Hopefully, that will stay for a while. But while I am struggling to get back on top of things, I'm still telling myself, look, I'm going to get back on top of things. It's fine. I'm actually going to succeed with the challenges that I'm doing. I'm going to continue to push forward. And like tomorrow, I will definitely be better. Tomorrow, I will definitely be more focused. Tomorrow, I will definitely have like all the things on my schedule like done. I keep telling myself that, even though I know that a part of it is me like faking it in a way. A part of it is me lying to myself, but in a way, I kind of need to do that for my mindset, for me, because it's like, despite the fact that my schedule is super messy and filled with stuff that I need to do and is overwhelming in a sense, by telling myself that I'm capable of doing it and that I'm going to do it, and then me ending up failing, that's fine. I still get a lot done. And if I, you know, give into the feeling of, okay, like I can't do it, or like telling myself we have to be practical or whatever, then we might end up doing things like doing less than what we can actually do. Because if we put more on our schedule, then Parkinson's law, where you basically fit yourself into whatever deadline you have. Based on that deadline, you do the amount of work in a certain way, like you do it faster because you have the deadline, stuff like that. And it definitely is true. Like I've noticed that in my life, if I set myself some hard deadlines, I do tend to perform better. So that's another version of fake it till you make it that I've been thinking about recently that I wanted to talk about because I feel like it's very useful for me to continuously tell myself, like, okay, like tomorrow I'm gonna completely stop with, entertainment stuff, zero entertainment. I mean, I did eventually succeed with, 65 days out of like 70, which was probably the most I've ever succeeded with that in my life. So by continuously telling myself that I would do it and that I can do it, I ended up doing it. So that is to me the embodiment of fake it till you make it. So I'm going to continue to do that in my life. Just tell myself, like, you know, I'm going to do it. And there's another idea that I was thinking about today that's a little less, um, maybe it's still connected in a way. You can connect it because the statement itself is so broad. But I was thinking about like being ready for things. Like for me, I have a lot of goals. I have a lot of projects going on, and one of those goals is to get back to Japan next year. And I want to get back and feel ready, like feel like a version of me that I'm really, really much more satisfied with, a version of me that's also more self-sustaining as well, so I don't need to be dependent on others. Um, but I don't really think that I will ever be ready to actually be in that state. Like maybe I will, but it'll take years and years and a lot of time. And I don't have or want to wait years and years. So I'm going to go back next year and I'm kind of just going to like go for it, set the date, buy the plane ticket, and then just get ready, you know? It's sort of like instead of being ready and then doing it, you do it, you force yourself to do it, and then you get ready afterwards. So in my case, it makes a bit more sense to say because I can just buy the plane ticket and be like, okay, now that I bought it, I can't get a refund, so I have to get ready. Um, so it's not necessarily the same thing as fake it till you make it, but it's there's a slight resemblance. It's like even if you're not quite the person you want to be, uh, you're not quite the person you want to be yet. You still have to almost force yourself to be because like it's coming up, it's going to happen. Um, Same thing with the interview, right? Same thing with like applying for the job and saying that you like can do this certain skill, but then you can't. But you know that you can if you do get hired. So it's a similar thing. So that's all I wanted to talk about for fake it till you make it. Again, it's something that I didn't really like at first, the saying in the beginning, but there is truth to it, and there is some value in using it as a mindset and using it as like basically you can. I made a video about this a while back on my main channel. You can reason yourself to believe anything you want to, but if but the best way of if that's true, right? If that statement is true that you can reason yourself to believe in anything, you might as well believe in the things that will benefit you the most. So choosing to hear a certain thing and then adapting it to the best version it can be for you is sort of how I'm choosing to analyze that statement, if that makes sense. But that's it for this one. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.